Hello everyone. Today I'll be comparing two products. These are the limited edition Call of Duty Ghosts headsets. And before I do that, I'm gonna actually mention all three. I have two with me. The first one is the $99.95 edition, which is the Air Force Shadow. The next one that I have with me is the Call of Duty Ghosts Spectre, which retails at $199.95. And the one that I do not have with me, and that would be the Call of Duty Ghosts Phantom, which retails at $299.95. However, I do have its predecessor. I do have the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Tango. Here they are, and from what I read so far, these are pretty much identical to the $299.95 version from this year. Personally, for me, I mean, this is one of the most beautiful headsets that I owned for gaming. Unfortunately, I'll have to say these were a little bit too much for me. It has a voice changing feature, which honestly I never got to use. I maybe used it once or twice, and I was told that it sounds really weird and awkward. And there's way too many controls for me. If you're trying to change the volume during the game, it gets really hectic, and sometimes I press the wrong button. So in conclusion, you know what, I thought these were too much for me. Now, of course, the fact that they're wireless and they look good, I mean, that was a pretty big deal. Two headsets from this year. The ones that I have right now, both of them are wired. If wireless freedom is important to you, then you should definitely go for the Phantom. But if you're a budget gamer, you should consider one of these guys right here. And again, this one is a $99.95 edition. This one is a $199.95 edition. So let's take a look. And I already unwrapped most of the cables. Alright, so this is the Shadow. Alright, one thing I can tell you, the microphone boom right here is not detachable. So some people think this might be a good thing, you know, that you can't lose it, but others say, you know what, if they ever get to use this with their iPad or smartphone, you know, this thing might get in the way a little bit, especially if all you're doing is listening to the music. The connector here, yeah, this is also not detachable, which is not that big of a deal. Alright, and now let's open up the Spectre. And hey, look at this. This is a kind of a fancy box, a little fancier box than the Shadow. If you care about boxes, this is magnetic here. Alright, that's interesting. And this is how the Spectre looks like. And look at this. The microphone is, there we go, it is attached. So if you just gonna use this to listen to the music with your phone or other device, you can detach it, but don't lose it by accident, because these things do get lost a lot. Alright, let's go ahead and compare them side by side a little bit. Alright. If we look straight from the top, they're identical. This is really soft fabric on both sides right here, and this is made from kind of like cheap leather, I guess, but still looks pretty nice. The difference starts from the cups and the way they move. This is the shadow. The shadow, as you can see, the cups only swivel about, not that much, I would have to say about 10 to 15 degrees. So I don't know if that's a big deal to you, but if it is, the Spectre, they move 90 degrees. To me, this also means that the Spectre becomes more durable, because if you're not careful with these and you just start throwing them around, these cups might actually break. I mean, the mechanism here is very, very fragile. I would have to say these are a little bit more durable, and the cups are much more comfortable. This is all leather. This is actually really nice and soft. The shadow, these are, I would have to say, like I guess these would be like nylon, like a fabric type. Not as soft as these, but still pretty comfortable. Also, I have to say that Spectre isolates the noise level much better. If you put these on, you will not hear much outside noise. These don't do that bad of a job, but I don't know, I still prefer these a little bit better in terms of comfort and durability. And you know what, let's go ahead and weigh these guys. Alright, let's go ahead and weigh in Spectre. Alright, Spectre, what do you got there? Spectre is about 12 ounces. And the baby brother Shadow weighs in at about 7 ounces. Wow, so that's about 5 ounce difference. So that's really important to you. If you don't want to keep too much weight while playing, Shadow might be the choice for you. And of course, if you're wondering about the sound quality, I would have to say they're about the same. Yeah, the same quality of sound that you would expect from Turtle Beach. You still hear your footsteps, you still hear the sounds from both sides. You know, you hear your great explosions. I would have to say the Spectre, just because it isolates the sound a little better, does have a minor edge, but it is not groundbreaking. So I have to say the sound quality is about the same. Also, if you take a look at the components, like these remotes for instance, they're identical as well. Pretty much identical. And let's take a look at the instruction manuals here. Also about the same, very straightforward. And and all depends what you have. This is for PlayStation 3, and also for Xbox 360, the Elite or the Slim version. Now, I found this really interesting. Is it me, or this looks just like Xbox One? Again, this is a setup for the Xbox 360 Elite, but doesn't this look like Xbox One? And of course I know what you're thinking, well, is it or isn't it? Well, I did contact Turtle Beach support, and also from what I read, no, it does not support Xbox One or PlayStation 4. Now, whether or not they will release an adapter in the future, that remains to be seen. So if you planning to getting on Xbox One or PlayStation 4 in the near future, I suggest to get, you have to give it a thought. Like, would you buy these right now for your Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, and then what are you gonna do with them afterwards? And I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little tutorial on how to set this up to your Xbox Elite. Before we do this, just to let you know that in order to use these for Xbox Elite, you're gonna need the audio adapter. If you misplaced one, you can still get one online pretty cheap. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're gonna set up a shadow. Okay, but both of them are pretty much straightforward. And from here, there is a lot of cables. They do provide this little cable management strap. Alright, the headset goes here, and this of course goes into the Xbox. And let's turn this on. And there you have it. Didn't take that long. And let's go over controls a little bit, if you can see them. This controls your bass and your treble. This is the master volume, and this controls your microphone, and this control other players' microphone sounds in the chat room. So if you're finding the situation where somebody gets cocky in the room and you don't want to hear them, just you can either mute them in game, or if you want to mute the entire room, just go ahead and use this little switch here. Very useful. And let's turn this off. One cable that you're not going to need right now is this cable. This is the auxiliary cable. You will use this if you want to use your Spectre or your Shadow, if you want to listen to music on your phone or any other mobile device. You can use this. This is pretty much straightforward. Spectre is a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same and very simple to connect, very straightforward. Alright, so there you have it. This was a short review on the Call of Duty Ghosts Limited Edition Shadow and Spectre. I will have to say Spectre is a little better. Now, is it $100 better? That I don't know. That's a tough call. That is, of course, up to you. If you want more durability, a little bit more comfort, and slightly more features, and of course, if you can afford it, then Spectre is the one that you want. Now, but even if you get Shadow, you will not be falling that far behind. Of course, if you have multiple users on your Xbox and you like to play split screen or PlayStation 3, then of course you should be getting two of these instead of one of this. If I had to make a prediction, I would have to say that most people will go for Shadow, or if they can afford it, will go for Phantom, the $299.95 edition. I would have to say that Spectre would kind of be like a middle child that would get lost in the shuffle. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'll thank you very much for watching, and if you guys have any questions about these products, I'll do my best to answer those questions.